Welcome back to the Ultimate Mixdown for part 5 of the 5-part miniseries EDM production. If you haven't checked out videos 1 through 4, I highly recommend checking those out first. In this video, we're going to talk about arrangement. In this part of the series, we're going to talk about building up different parts of the song, such as the intro, the verse, and the chorus. And we'll also be talking about how to layer in different elements and how to make certain tweaks here and there with things like automation so that your song is more engaging, more exciting to the listener, and overall sounds great to you. Let's get right into it. We have the melody, the chords, and the bass line for the intro. And I think I'm going to consider this the chorus too. All it is in the arrangement. What's the difference between making this an intro and a chorus? The intro is probably going to be more simple and basic, less instruments, less layering. We'll do some funky things with automation. And then in the chorus, we're going to have it hitting nice and hard and pumping, and we're going to like it. And I actually don't want the bass to start just yet. So maybe we'll do something like this. Okay, just copying that over. The bass will come in here. We have a nice, quiet intro. I think I want to switch up the way the chords go a little bit. And you're going to run into this when you're working on the arrangement of songs. You want to find a flow that makes sense. And while this sounds good, I like the beginning here. Before it goes into this, I kind of want to bring in like an introductory beat that kind of has a pumping effect, and we'll work on that with a sidechain compressor. Let me just record that out here and I'll pull it back in when I need to. And we have 4 bars. Good. So I also want the melody to play on top of this after it plays through a few times. So I'm going to move all this stuff out, stuff that comes later. Drag that out, bring this in. I'm just bringing that lead over here as well. So we got this playing. So I even want to automate this a little bit with the EQ. So I'm going to command click here to add an anchoring point, basically keeping this level with all the frequencies open. Then command click again. We'll add another point down here, and then I can adjust. Oh, let's bring this down. Right here, this. We'll bring this one over here like this, kind of similar to the pattern we had before. I guess I could have copy pasted. Take a listen. Now we got something going. All right, now let's bring this stuff in with the beat. All right, so we have a piano intro, and then we have kind of introduction to the pumping effect, and then we have the drums and everything hitting hard, and then we go into the verses. This is actually designed where you could sing a vocal on top, or you could build in some kind of melody separate from what we have here. That's completely up to you. The verses, I'm just going to take these chords here with basically the bass and the drums. So basically taking out the chorus chords and the melody. So like I mentioned, I'm going to take these piano chords as part of my verses, get rid of the automation now because we're into the song. We don't need to mess with the EQs. I'll duplicate the drums. We'll make a few bars of this and duplicate it. And I actually want something like this happening during the verses on the bass line as well. So I need to build out a bass line for the verses. And all I'll do is copy the bass notes from the piano that I had created earlier, put them down on the bass line, and duplicate. Okay, so this is what my verses are going to sound like. Make sure those drums get duplicated if you want to continue the pumping effect throughout the song. So I'm basically just going to duplicate all the way to the end of the song. Again, you're not going to hear these drums. So if I played over here, you don't hear the drums playing. And that's because all you're hearing is the drums effect on the other tracks via sidechain compression. Now, that's the way the verses are going to go, and fill out the rest of the song. We would do certain things. We would have verses, choruses, some drops, and do interesting things to make the listener want to stay engaged to the song. If I just played this over and over again, it's going to get boring fast. Like, for example, one thing we could do is kind of split up the verses where we cut out the drums or all the instruments maybe and have like one cymbal hit, and there's a pause, and then get right back into the groove. Highlight everything except the cymbal and like maybe do it from here on. So we'll highlight this, keep the cymbal and kick. And now let's take a listen to the progression here. So it goes like this. All right, and that's just a way to keep the listener engaged, make things more exciting. Okay, so then I'm going to arrange out the song. I have this intro, I have this pumpy intro, I have the chorus hitting, verses, chorus, verse, chorus, all these little intricacies to make things sound interesting. Then where I would go from here is layering in more sounds, so not just the piano chords playing the chords, but I would have synths playing the chords as well. You also want to add certain effects and risers in different places just to bring in even more excitement, kind of ways to lead into drops. Have a riser play, everything cuts out, and then you come right into the drop, and you can change up your drum patterns just slightly in different areas. And then I have a little quiet outro that kind of has the song die down, similar to how it was brought in with the piano in the beginning. Thanks again for joining the Ultimate Mixdown. I hope this video helped you out. If you're interested in more videos like this, be sure to subscribe. If you liked the video, definitely give it a thumbs up. Be sure to share it with your friends. And I hope to see you all in the next video.